He said I look like a catfish, and I did Photoshop some of my pictures because I ain't want him to see my teeth, but he saw it. He saw it.
And say, because you wouldn't have came if it looked like me.
I started putting on makeup. I was that cute, bro. I would put a filter on every picture, and I would make sure that the light was shining right in my face.
Y'all gotta stop photoshopping these pictures.
Right after that, I get a text message saying like, oh, do you like this version of me better? What? Y'all, what kind of Freaky Friday stuff is going on? Like, the dating scene is crazy. I don't want to go on no more dates. Fish by a girl that looked better in real life than on the picture. All right, y'all, so look, I'm leaving this little spot right now. Just kind of making my way to my car. So boom, this girl, you know, she been begging for me to take her out for months. And, you know, I finally say yeah. So I pull up and she don't look nothing like she look on the picture. Like, but the crazy part is she looked like better, like in real life, damn near like unreal. That's already strange. So, but like I said, the girl, she had like the same voice, the same energy, just like a different face, just like way better. So,
yeah, when a man sees that, he's thinking, lies, 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 lies. Why do you lie? It's all a lie. Let me hear what he says.
So, you know, we talking and I asked her straight up. I'm like, why you using fake pics? You know, this is what you look like. And she just smiled at me and say, because you wouldn't have came if it looked like me. I'm like, what look like you? You fine as hell. So that already threw me off, but it got worse. Y'all, I check our messages like while we sitting right there, and every picture like she ever sent me is like gone, like they never existed. So that's when I got up because something just like fell off. So now I'm standing outside and I'm like just kind of on my way to the car, just kind of standing right here in this little, little breezeway. And I'm walking to my car and my chest just started to feel tight, whatever. And that's when my phone started to buzz and it's her. But I just left her like inside, whatever. So I opened the message. Y'all, it's a picture of me. But in the picture, I can see like the original girl that was sending the catfish pictures in the background of the picture. Y'all, I don't know what's going on. So right after that, I get a text message saying like, oh, do you like this version of me better? What? Y'all, what kind of Freaky Friday stuff is going on? Like, the dating scene is crazy. I don't want to go on no more dates. Don't ask me for no dates. Don't nothing, y'all. I'm finna go. I'm going. All right, I don't know. Let me know something, chat. Let me know something.
That was confusing, but I don't know what's going on. But only thing I do know, girls going on dates, they're doing things like this, but men are leaving ASAP. Why would a man want to deal with certain things? You either show fake pictures or you lied. You said you look away and you don't. And guys are tired of it, right? This is what's happening because guys are not talking to ladies in person. So even talking to a woman online is over. You heard the man. That's what's happening. Don't talk to you in person. Let's ruin it online. Let's take it a step further and ruin all my chances with men. That's what they're doing. Congratulations.
You played yourself.
First, but we didn't because he said I look like a catfish, and I did Photoshop some of my pictures because I ain't want him to see my teeth, but he saw it. He saw it.
It's even that minor. The fact that you catfish your teeth, it was catfish. Why? You don't look like that. You know you got hammer toes in the mouth. Girl walking around hammer toe mouthed is a lie. Lies, lies, lies. Men are done.
He think I'm a catfish. He don't want to sit inside with me anymore.
Damn. Y'all gotta stop photoshopping these pictures, man. You know what I mean? and all that makeup, when you meet somebody who got all that makeup, because eventually we gonna know the real. We gonna know the real you. But like when we up here talking about we packing this and packing that, and then you be like, what happened to that? All that packing you was talking about, and then y'all start calling us shrimp. So y'all will find out if we ain't holding. So ladies, if you unattractive and you hiding with makeup and Photoshop, we gonna find out eventually. You know what I mean? She is pretty handsome, but it's all good. Baby girl, keep your head up. Somebody out here for you.
My man called her handsome. That's foul. He said she's pretty handsome.
Mm, mm. He went to go get the food. We was finna sit inside at first, but we didn't because
So my man didn't cancel the date. He got catfish so bad, he made her eat in the car. That's why she was crying like that. I found this video after I found the first one that said, oh, he continued to date with her, but ate in the car? That's why she's hurt. He was in a restaurant getting the food on takeout and said, wait here, I'm going to go eat. I'm going to get. Look, he at least was nice and got you something he didn't think she was good enough to go inside the restaurant with. Damn.
he said, he said I look like a catfish, and I did Photoshop some of my pictures
that's
because
what
I
she said
ain't want him to see my teeth, but he saw it. He saw.
Of course he's going to see your teeth.
He think I'm a catfish. He don't want to sit inside with me anymore.
Man, that man should have treated her like the best thing since sliced bread. Let me stop because I'm talking player talk. I don't want to talk like that because you see that self-esteem. Let me stop. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna say it. Y'all know what I was about to say. I'm not gonna say it though. She was gone, but I'm not gonna say it. She was gone. I'm not gonna say it.
Caring about what the like. Okay, so I started putting on makeup. I was that cute, bro. I would put a filter on every picture, and I would make sure that the light was shining right in my face, to the point where you couldn't see nothing.
This is the problem. Look at her. She said I was that. Psh. They're being told you're that. Psh. I gotta make another sound fact. You're that pow. Boom, clack. No, you're not.
You can see a blemish in sight because the light was right there. All right, well, one time I got humbled. I'm at the park chilling, and this dude comes up to me. He was just like, dude, who was in the photo with you? Like, she was bad as. And I'm like, what photo? And he shows me the photo, and he points at the girl that he's talking about, and it's me, bro. And I'm like, dude, that's me. And he's just like, no, you're in the background. I'm like, no, dude, I'm in the front of the picture. Like, the girl you're pointing at, that is me. He's like, that doesn't even look like you. I'm like, how does it not? Like, I took the picture, right? Like, it was on my phone. Like, it's me.
Wow. So she was standing there with her fat friend that was in the background. He told him it was her in the background. Embarrassed. This is what happens. You think a man wants to continue dating online? Being catfish like this?
Me. How you can't tell that it's me? I was mad pressed, okay? I was so like, I know that like me, he's just being a like blah blah blah. But then I go home and I look at that picture and I realize like, and I'm like here with it, and I'm like, really don't look like me. I'll show you the picture. Hold up. So homeboy thought my cousin was me, which I get it, you know, and that this was like one of my friends. He was like, damn, who's that?
You took a picture of half your face. And she's doing pouty lips. So that makes her face look slimmer. Witchcraft. She looks like her cousin in the back. That looks like her.
That. Like, oh fuck. Not only did I have half my face in the photo.
No, you gained more weight too. You did. You gained more weight. That's what happens when they told their 10. They just keep eating food like that. You know when it's a rabid dog that got rabies on the side of the street, like they're just violent for no reason. She's eating food. But that day with her cousin, I'm a dime.
Always complaining. I'm hungry.
Eating like a dog with rabies, growling. Guys. I know you had a dog or been around a dog like that before. Or when a dog, like, they're not trained. Just they'll growl at you. She's eating like that, taking pictures like this. This is what happens.
I had light shining in my face, and then I put a filter on.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, this is why I don't put filters on my photos anymore. You're gonna call me a catfish. You're only gonna call me a catfish when I take off my makeup. Okay, that's it. I'm not gonna deal with
Humbled. You should have been humbled from the start. But this happens.
When did I become a catfish? I had this date the other night with this guy named Ethan from Ghosted, and he was just so rude. Like, I was so taken aback. Basically, to start off, Ghosted has this feature where you can't put filters or edit your pictures. Nice, right? But no, not for me. My date, Ethan, was mad that I had all this makeup on and I didn't look like my profile. Let me show you. So this is my profile, like very natural-esque, no makeup, no filters, no nothing. But of course, like, I showed up with a full beat. This is literally me before the date.
It doesn't look like you. Guys are judging harshly, even with regular makeup. Yeah, it looks similar. But if you doctor your face, it's not you.
And he was like, you look nothing like your profile, like, Like, I guess the status quo is to wear no makeup on dates now because I'm terrified.
Yes, that's what men want to see. Men want to see you in your natural state, right? Guys, now I'm going to go through a list of pictures. And it looks similar, but still just like her, it's a catfish. Watch this. Similar, but still that looking like you got a suntan. Fake, right? Look at your cheeks. The other cheek is kind of like that, but still fake. Your eyes, all of that is fake. When you take off your makeup, of course you don't look like that, but a man doesn't want that on the right. Catfish. Exhibit B. Oh, your pimple, schmimple. That's your name. I'm going to call you Dimple. This is witchcraft. It's wrong. You see how your face looks when you don't have the makeup on? That's why it's a catfish. Look at the confidence. Slay queen to catfish. Same thing. Slay queen. You see the energy. Her smile is even different. She's smiling bright over here because she's like, oh, I look good. To why did I get out of bed this morning? Catfish. Same thing. Look, you see it all in the smile. I'm the best thing since sunshine in the morning. Like she saw the sun and just lit up, right? Catfish. Men don't want no parts of that. Ladies are starting to understand the truth is coming out.
We talked for about 3 days. I looked through his pictures. I thought he looked pretty nice. And through the conversation, we had a lot in common. And so we arranged a time to meet for dinner. And we met, we talked for, I want to say about a good hour 15 minutes. And I really liked the guy. And then as the date continued, he said, oh, okay, well, I'm feeling a little upset. I need to go to the bathroom. I said, okay, that's fine.
So what was the agreement, though, when you all went out on the date?
Yeah,
would he treat you for dinner? Were you going to pick up the tab? Mm-hmm. What was the arrangement before you got to the restaurant?
Yeah, of course. The arrangement was...
Now, look at her, right? She doesn't really have much makeup now. She has one of those doctored faces. The other girls were catfish, but you know how a girl, and that happens with our sisters, right? She looks regular now. A guy will take this, right? If you show yourself in your natural element, a man will be fine because he knows what he's expecting. But then I already know she can doctor herself up and look like top supermodel. And that's being a catfish.
Well, I suggested that we split it 50-50.
At least
I
you
just
did
think it's
50-50.
fair that way. I'm a pretty progressive woman, so I don't really like the idea of the man always buying the meal. So I said 50-50 is fair.
That
He
seemed
agreed.
fair, particularly since it was your first date.
Yeah, exactly. And he agreed to it.
Did you agree to that?
I did, Your Honor.
Yes.
You did. So this was a date, first date, and she says that you all met on a dating app. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Now, but the complaint says that you all actually had an encounter before you all saw each other on the dating app, that you
Yes.
were providing car services,
Yes,
and
Your
she
Honor.
was your client?
Yes, so what happened was I do rideshare as
Okay.
a driver to earn extra income on the side.
All right.
She was apparently one of my passengers. I
then-
didn't really get a good look at her when I was driving her. 3 days later, we match on Tinder. She says that I gave her a ride. I said, okay, cool.
That must have been interesting. You are both on this dating app, and she says, well, wait a minute, actually, I know you because you were my driver.
Yes.
Wow.
But I did not recognize her. I probably pick up about 10 to 15 people a day. So
That's fair. Okay.
we matched. She was beautiful, seemed like a really cool, down-to-earth person. We messaged for about 3 days, and I think we had a pretty good connection.
And you agree with that? You
Oh,
said
yeah.
that?
Oh, yes.
Good connection?
Yes.
So
Yes.
things are going great?
Amazing, swimmingly.
Oh, okay.
So I recommend Superb in Malibu.
Okay.
We get there, she shows up 20 minutes late. Okay, fine. You know, traffic, I understand. I am a driver. When she arrives, it is not the same person from the app, Your Honor. She was
this is
kicked out
interesting.
in full makeup.
This is really interesting. So it wasn't the same person
Yes.
that was on the app.
I mean,
Your Honor, I would like to say.
I'm sorry, can I finish? Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead.
This person you're seeing right here and is not the same person I had the date with. She was kicked out in full makeup, was rude, would give me one-word answers. She made me feel uncomfortable as well. She would ask me these really
Wow. So he saw her regular. She came as Bad B. She put on the full Beyonce get up. See, he didn't want it. He wanted this. She was on a dating app as this. And when it's Bad B, I bet you she listened to Single Ladies in the morning. I'm a single ladies. I'm a single ladies. And now she's single. Go figure.
personal questions.
Well, let's back up. The person who showed up for the date was not the person in the profile.
I mean, technically they are the same person, but it's like she has two personalities or something.
Okay, so she didn't look different.
She looked different and acted different, Your Honor.
She looked different and she acted different.
Yes.
And so, different personality from the 3 days that you all had had some conversations on the phone.
Now, think about that. That's what's happening with modern women. You notice that? Look, guys, paint that picture with me. You saw the girls with the pictures I showed, right? You saw one part of the picture with makeup. The next picture, depressed. These girls are stressed and depressed and faking their lives. On to something. We're on to something here.
Yes, that's
And you
correct.
began to tell me. You said she was rude.
Yes.
She had one-word answers. Anything else?
She was rude not only to me, to the waitress, to the bartender. I mean,
bad
it was
bee.
just a nightmare.
It was
Yeah.
a nightmare?
Yeah, I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed to be there.
Oh, look at
I
us
was
coming
so
out.
Uncomfortable. It was.
You saw the bad bee in her face? Hold up. One second.
From the 3 days that you all had had some conversations on the phone.
Yes,
And
that's
you began to
correct.
tell me. You said she was rude.
Yes.
She had one-word answers. Anything else?
She was rude not only to me, to the waitress, to the bartender. I mean, it was just a nightmare.
It was a nightmare?
Yeah, I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed to be there.
Look at that.
I was super uncomfortable.
It's in these, you
It
see that?
was the date from hell, Your Honor.
It was the date from hell.
It was. Thank
Oh
you.
my goodness. We go from things were going swimmingly, is what he told me.
Yeah.
Going swimmingly to the date from hell. What
Stop
in
it,
the
Judge.
world happened?
Stop
First
it,
off, I would like
Judge.
to say, I don't know what he means that I'm a completely different person. I mean, I didn't post any pictures on my dating profile as blonde hair, 5'10" model. And so for him to say that I look like a completely different person, and you know, I like to switch it up. So first date, I'm gonna wear my best wig, I'm gonna beat my face, I'm gonna look good.
So the people know what beat your face means. That means lots of makeup.
Yeah, exactly.
Too much
And
makeup,
so-
if you ask me.
Okay, well, and so it's a first date. So of course I'm gonna wanna look good. And sometimes I wanna make my hair a little bit more natural. I wanna have a more natural face. But for a good night, I wanna look.
Men don't want it.
I catfished. So it was this girl I met through social media. We messaged for a few days. Things were going good, so I decided to ask her out. Little did I know, I would regret this decision immensely. So the day of the date comes around. I text her in the morning to make sure we're still on, and she says, yeah, that she's looking forward to it. I really had no idea or worries that this girl might not be who she is, because we actually had a few mutuals, not friends I was close to, but people that I kind of knew. So I wasn't worried about her being, a complete catfish. So then the time for the date comes around, and I get to the restaurant, and I shoot her a message, hey, I'm here. She doesn't reply. So I'm a little worried. I kind of feel like she's gonna flake or cancel on me, but then I get a message a few minutes later and she lets me know that she's running a little late. So probably another 10-20 minutes go by and she texts me that she's pulling into the parking lot. So I get out of my car, go to the front of the restaurant, and I'm just there waiting, looking around, trying to see who's gonna come walking in. So I see this one girl kind of walking my direction, but again, it's not the person that I'm looking for, so I pay no mind to it. But then I notice that she's coming closer and closer, and then she finally pretty much comes up right up to me and asks me, are you Danny? And I tell her, yeah. And she goes, oh, nice to meet you. I'm glad you picked this spot. I've never been here before. So at this point it clicks that this is the girl I'm supposed to go on a date with, but she looks absolutely nothing like she did on social media. And I'm not talking about how she looked maybe a little worse or better in pictures. No, like this was a completely different person. So at this point I'm stuck. I'm like, either I cancel it and go on about my day, or whatever, I ride with it and see how it goes. So we go into the restaurant, have a few drinks, we start talking. It's not going great. I think she could kind of tell that I was a little bit off. And then I just pretty much bring it up. I'm like, hey, you do realize that you're using another person's pictures on your social media? And she looks me dead in the eyes and tells me, yeah, I don't want people knowing what I look like on social media. I want somebody that likes me for me. So I'm just flabbergasted at this point. I pretty much just give up on the date. Probably another 5-10 minutes goes by and I get up and I tell her, hey, I gotta go use the bathroom. I go up to the waiter, pay the bill, and head right back out. I never reached out again, but I tried finding her on social media to show my friends, and she blocked me everywhere. So I don't think I'm the first person this girl does.
What did you expect? I want people to love me for me. That's why guys catfish girls like they're broke. That's different. Because we want somebody to love us for us. Not use someone else's picture, right?
And called it Catfish all in the same day after my Hinge date. Okay, so of course I downloaded Hinge to try to, find somebody. And all my pictures, I look cute, pretty, whatever. But one thing about me is I don't know how to do makeup, and so I feel like I look exactly like my pictures. But anyways, I digress. So we match on Hinge, me and D, we're gonna call him D. We match on Hinge, and I give him my number, he texts me, I FaceTimed him. Quick, expeditiously, let's cut the crap. So I just want to make sure he looked like his pictures, and then I always ask, I'm like, hey, do you think I look like my pictures? And he was like, yeah, I think you do. And I was like, all right, cool. And at the time, I had passion twist, okay? And so I was getting ready to take the passion twist down, because it had been a minute, and I wasn't really feeling it. And he reassured me that he liked it or whatever, but it was old, so it was time to take it down. We scheduled a date. Okay, we scheduled a date. I took my hair down before the date, and I was supposed to get my hair done. I didn't get a chance to do that. So I had to slap on my Old Faithful wig, okay? And the Old Faithful has never let me down, right? It's like a curly, like a deep wave, can never go wrong with it. Fit my head, perfect, cool. I put the wig on the day of the date, and he decided that he was going to take me to Boomer Jack. I've never been to Boomer Jack. I heard that the vibe was more so like, chill, like if he was going to Chili's, right? So I didn't really know how to dress per se. So I decided to just wear some jeans and a long sleeve shirt, okay? And then I had on like my UGG slides. And I was gonna only throw on some little heels when I got there. But then I saw him get out the car and he was dressed in these like Wrangler jeans, which the color just didn't match his shirt. But I was like, if we're dressing chill, I don't think I need to put my heels on. So I asked him whenever he got to my car, I was like, hey, you mind if I like just keep my like UGG slides on? And he was like, yeah, you know, cool. So we hug or whatever, go inside, they sit us down. We sit down, they give us the menu. I'm looking at the menu. He's like, have you ever been here before? I'm like, no, I haven't. He was like, okay, cool, like look at the menu. And then he goes to the bathroom, okay? And then goes to the bathroom, and then he comes back. He's like, hey, I don't really see nothing on the menu that I want to eat right now. What was that seafood place that you had recommended? The seafood place was across the highway. So I was like, oh, it's blah, blah, blah. Like red crab or I don't know. So he was like, okay, we could just go there. I'm like, all right, cool, I'll drive my car. And he's like, okay, that works perfectly. So I'm like, it's right around the highway. So we go over there. So I drive my happy booty over there because I'm about to eat some crab legs. And then I get there and I'm like, oh, sorry, I didn't like send you the address. So I sent him the address. And then 5 minutes go by, no response. So I call him, no response. And then I text him and I'm like, I'm here. Are you lost? I look at my phone. This man texts me, hey, sorry, you're not what I expected.
See, what happens is, right? Say if a lady has on makeup and a profile, a guy expects you to be there glammed up. But if you don't have on too much makeup, that's what a guy expects. We expect what we see. Men are very visual. Learn it. You're going to learn today.
Fresh in my mind you, I just woke up from a night out and I look a little like I have went out. So I've been living in Miami for 3 years and I've never, ever, ever been discriminated against being black or anything like that. And like, it's a known thing, apparently, that girls get discriminated because they're black. So let's go on with the story. So my friend calls me and she tells me that she's got this gig for me. These guys that are apparently rich as fuck are gonna pay me to like just go out and be an atmosphere model. They're gonna pay me $1,000, whatever. And it was from this girl. Not long story short, because I gotta tell you the whole story. But it wasn't my friend. It was my friend's friend, and then she had sent her my Instagram. Anyway, she told me to come through, and she said, bring some friends if I don't want to be alone. So I invited 2 of my friends, all right, who are not black. So we pull up to the thing, and immediately she sees my friend, and she texts me, and she's just like, just gotta go. Mind you, my friend is very beautiful. She's on the thicker side, but she's not like, she is it. Like, she looks good or whatever. So I wasn't tripping because, you know, she's paying me. I was like, yo, you gotta go, da-da-da-da. And then in the same second, she pulls me to the side, and then she says, they had made a comment, you know, the rapper said that you're too tall, like, you might as well just go home too. And I was just like, oh, this girl just called me ugly. Anyways, in that moment, I'm blown because this girl was texting me all night to go out with them at literally 2:30 in the morning. So I woke up out of my sleep. Anyways, I'm like, listen, sis, you gotta throw me something because I got dressed and all this, yada, yada, yada. So she gave me like little 250, da-da-da. But like, at that point, I'm in Aries. You're not about to tell me that I'm about to prove you fucking. So I went with my ugly friend, and we just pulled up story at 3 o'clock in the morning. Just walked in with confidence. We got in, no problem. Da-da-da-da. I was like, let's go to the stage, because at this point I had to be at a better table than her, because you're not going to tell me that I'm ugly. So we walked up to the stage, and the bouncer was like, I don't remember you, but I'm gonna let you in. And let me just tell you that I ended up with a very, very, very prominent man that was more famous than who he was with, because I don't know who they are, and they're still not anybody. And that nigga was on my body, and he is notoriously known for not even liking black girls. Yeah. This nigga is worth a lot. Like, I'm just going to worth like 50 million. So, yes, it's true that they do be discriminating on black people, because if you're going to be anything, I do look like my Instagram.
Lie, lie, lie. They wonder why men are done. All you do is lie. You lied to the man. You went up there looking good. You came as another person. That's what happened. You did nothing special here. But she's talking about it like it's something special. This is the problem.
Dating app a few years ago, and it still haunts me to this day. I was in LA. This was probably like 2017, 2018. And I just moved to LA. And, you know, I was trying to date. I was trying to meet some people. I was trying to, you know, be out there. And I met somebody online, and we were messaging earlier in the day, probably around like 2, 3 o'clock for a couple of hours. And by like 6 o'clock, they're like, hey, why don't we hang out tonight? Like, why don't we do something tonight? I was like, all right, cool. So I didn't have a car at the time. And I asked my brother, it's like, hey, can I borrow your car to go hang out with this girl tonight? You know, we're just going to go grab drinks or whatever. He's like, yeah, that's fine. He's like, just bring it back in one piece. That's all that matters. So it's like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. And she's like, yeah, all right, I'm ready. Like, come on over. Meet me here. So I start driving over, and I'm new to LA at this point. So I don't really know like neighborhoods and stuff. And where I pull up, it's a dark street. There's no cars. There's no apartments. On one side is the train that goes through LA. And then on the other side is like a bunch of storage units, like a storage place. I'm like, okay, that's weird. That's a weird place to meet somebody, but okay. And I think maybe they just got off the train. I don't know. So I'm like, all right, I pull up and I'm waiting. I'm like, hey, I'm here. And they're like, oh, I don't see you anywhere. Like, where are you? I said, I'm parked over in this area. They're like, what kind of car are you in? Why don't you get out? Why don't you like stand up? Like, let me see you. I was like, nah, I'm just in this car. Like, there's nobody else around. Like, I don't see you. Where are you at? And they're kind of being dodgy on some of the questions. So yeah, after like 4, 5, 6 minutes of me just sitting in the car being like, where are they at? I see a Prius pull up. I see a car pull up probably like 20, 30 yards ahead of me, and a guy hop out with a duffel bag and just standing on the street. And when I say like, it's just me and this person, there's nobody else around. There's no other lights on. Like, it's just me and then this one person. The car drives off, so it must have been an Uber or something. And I just see a guy standing there with a duffel bag, and I'm texting. I'm like, hey, like, I'm still here. Where are you at? And I see this guy texting, oh, I don't see you. Like, where are you? And so I'm kind of piecing together that he probably is the person I'm messaging, but curiosity killed the cat. So I don't know at this point. I'm thinking like, I'm just going to see this through. I'm curious. I want to know what happens next, which is not smart, which is dumb. So then I say, hey, like, I don't see you. Like, I'm just going to go home. And they're like, oh, you know what? My bad. I sent you the wrong address. Pull up here instead. Like, that's my bad. I sent you the wrong address. I said, all right, cool. I pull up to this other address, like a mile away. I go to this different address. Same situation. It's on a dark street. There are apartments on one side, but there's storage units on the other side. And I'm just thinking, like, where is this person trying to meet me? Like, I'm so confused. So I pull up. And the same thing. I'm sitting in my car. Now, my brother plays hockey, so he had a hockey bag in the back, and he had a stick that was like kind of poking through right here. So I'm just thinking, I'm gonna pull that thing out, and I can defend myself if I need to. But I'm sitting there waiting in this parking lot of like this storage place by some apartments, and I'm thinking, all right, maybe I had the wrong address, whatever. Sure enough, a few minutes go by again. We're doing the same game of like, hey, I'm here. Where are you? Oh, what car are you in? Get out of the car. Like, I don't see you. This is what they're telling me to do. And I'm like, no, I'm okay. Like, I'll just wait in my car. Like, you can get in the car though. Like, you know, if I see you, like, you know, whatever. But I can't see them. I don't see anybody. Again, 4 or 5 minutes of this going back and forth. A different car pulls up. Same guy hops out. He's got a duffel bag, and he's just standing on the side of the road now. And it's me and him, and there's a gas station a little bit further down, and there are some people kind of walking by across the street. So I'm like feeling a little bit more like I'm around people. I should be okay here. Still didn't ever want to get out of the car though. Again, we're playing this back and forth game, and I'm seeing him like look at his phone. Like, I send a message, I see him look at his phone, type back a message, and then I get a message. And I'm like, I know this is who it is, but I just am like so curious. What are they trying to do? What's the setup here? Which again is dumb and stupid. Don't be like me. So after again a few minutes back and forth, I decided to like drive the car back down and up and down the road, to like maybe get a better glance, because he's like further down from me, so I can just see a silhouette. I can't make out any, you know, details. And after doing this a few times, I realized, like, what am I doing? Like, I should just go home. This is super sketchy. And so, yeah, I texted them and I was like, are you the guy with the duffel bag? And they didn't respond now for like a few minutes, whereas before it was like every second they were just like responding immediately. And a couple minutes go by and they're like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, that's my friend. He has the beers. He was going to meet you down there so you can come upstairs. I was like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So I freaked out and I like rolled down my window and I was like, F you. Like I said, I screamed something to them and then I just sped off. And I ended up getting home and they were messaging me like a ton of stuff. Like, no, like, you got it all messed up. Like, that's not what was going to happen. Like,
Yeah, you know that story. It probably was the girls. They probably had their friends over, but on a first date, you don't meet somebody with dudes there. You don't hang out with a bunch of people. You hang with her. Maybe not a catfish, but still, that's a problem.
A lot of you women think you're way more attractive than you are. A lot of girls out there, I don't know, you guys need a reality check. You think you're way more attractive than you are. It's crazy. Obviously, I make my Judge the Balloon videos and I get women in the comments talking about, oh my God, you're ugly. How can you even be judging women? Bro, I think the best measure of all this shit, you navigate the world, do you get the people that you want to get? I get to play in the league that I want. And when it's all said and done, I had a good career. A lot of you girls out here calling me ugly cannot get the man that you want. You've never dated the kind of guy that you want. You've had to settle your whole life. Okay, he had a car. Okay, he was tall, but he was a bit meaty. You've had to settle. Most of you have had to settle. Don't play. I get the women that I want. With my crooked hairline, with my teeth, with my glasses, I get the women I want. Do you get the men that you want? Oh, you can't get those girls. You'll be lucky to have those girls. Have them where, bruv? Are you mad, bruv? I'm the type of guy that I get in a club and a couple meaty things start getting around my table and I start having. You know when there's meaty things around your table in your section, I'm like, bro, who invited these girls? Who brought these things to the table? Why is all these meaty things around, man, in the club, bro? Nah, but seriously, a lot of women need a reality check, man. If you navigate this world on a regular basis with makeup, hair, all these accessories, all these extras to make you feel good, look good, make you feel confident and comfortable in your own skin, you can't chat to me. Straight. I know, I'll be that guy. I know a lot of men don't want to say it because they don't want to ruin their market. My market can't be ruined. My market doesn't take offense to my commentary because my market is safe. Women lie to themselves. They lie to themselves. They lie to each other. Girl empowerment. You tell each other you're beautiful, you're gorgeous. You're not. You're okay. You're a human being. You're average like the rest of us. But remember this, as a man, I woke up like this. It's okay, man. Everybody's not Lori Harvey. Everyone's not Megan Good or whoever you think is lame. Like, it's okay. You're meaty. Just remember, like I said, question you have to ask yourself before you talk to me is, are you your type's type? Do you get your type? Do you attract your type? Do you have success with the people that you are attracted to? I do.
The Iceman is coming!
Winter is here.